Good evening, students. I'll continue to our next class, today's class. Okay, this is a continuation of the functions itself. Okay, we are seeing some of our built-in functions which we can work on the lambda functions. Okay, so the next type of a function is a filter function, that is filtering function. Okay, this function is whenever you want to filter the elements of a list using a specific function, then you can use the filter function. Okay, that is, say for example, here I have a list of the elements and a function, and these list of elements to be filtered based on this function. Okay, whatever the function I am specifying, this has to be executed on this list of the elements, and the output of this function is my filtered elements of the list. Okay, so here as a function we can use the lambda function, and we can filter the elements. List is the list elements, either it may be a list or maybe a tuple or maybe a dictionary. Okay, so here the function is written like this. Okay, first we are creating a list. FIB is a list of elements 0 to 55. Okay, these are the Fibonacci numbers, and next we are filtering the values. Okay, that is, we are finding the even numbers in this Fibonacci series. Okay, this is the Fibonacci series of numbers. From this I want to find out the even numbers. Okay, for that I'm using a filter function within the brackets lambda x mod 2. Okay, it finds the even number. Okay, this x is the parameter for my lambda function, and list is the FIB. So FIB is passed to this lambda function into the x variable, and one by one value of the FIB list is passed to the lambda function, and that is divided by the 2, and if the remainder is 2, if the remainder is 0, okay, then the x value is returned to the result. So result, it shows the list of elements which are returned from this uh, function, filter function. Okay, print the result. Okay, so yeah, sorry, it's giving a odd values of the this list. Okay, so if x mod 2 has a value, okay, then the based on that value it returns the result. Okay, if x mod 2 is not equals to 0, okay, then that x value is returned to the result. Okay, so next another filter is, okay, if x mod 2 is equal to 0, now it gives us the even numbers in the Fibonacci series 0 to 834. Okay, so this filter function you can use to filter the elements in the list based on the required condition or based on the required function. Okay, the first parameter is the function, second parameter is the list of the elements. Okay, so next we'll go for the another example. So this is the reducing of the list. So we can reduce the list into the required number of elements. Okay, by this is by doing some arithmetic operations, or by doing any another, or by checking any conditions, we can reduce the list. Okay, for this also we have the one parameter is the function, another parameter is the sequence. Okay, sequence is the set of the values, and you will be passed the set of values as a parameter to the function. Okay, every time it takes a one by one value from the sequence and applies the function. If the function is true, the function result is returned from the function, returned from the reduce function. Okay, the function is the reduce, and here we are passing a first parameter is lambda xy, that is xy are the two way parameters for the lambda function, and I'm finding a x plus y. Here this is the list of our elements, and within this it takes the first value as the x, second value as the y, and those two values are added here. Okay, the addition result. Okay, the addition result is again used for the next number. Okay, x plus y value, okay, is used for the third number, that is addition of these two numbers, addition result is added to the third number, and again the third number, the whatever the addition we are getting from the three numbers, okay, that addition result is used for the last number, the fourth number, and it finds the addition value. Okay, that is It is finding a cumulative additions. First sum is the 47, then 47 plus 11, then 47 plus 11 plus 42, then 47 plus 11 plus 42 plus 43. It finds a cumulative addition of the numbers. Okay. So here I have another example of using a reduce. Okay. And the example is here we are passing a AB as a parameters for the lambda function. Okay. Then here we are writing a if condition as A, that is if the condition is true, then give the value A. Okay. That is the condition is if A greater than B. Okay. Whenever you are writing a if else statement in a single line, okay, then we'll give the value to be given in the true. That is true statement is the first. Then if condition, then we will write the else, then false statement. Okay, else and false statement. Okay, first is the true statement, then if condition, else, false statement. Okay, this value is given as the output if this condition is true, else it gives us this value. Okay, so here this is written for whenever you want to write the if else statement in a single line. Okay, so this is our lambda function. Okay, to find the biggest of the two numbers. If a greater than b, then a value, else b value. And reduce function, reduce of f comma f is the function to be worked, and these are the list of the elements. Okay, first it finds the 47 and 11, biggest of the 47 and 11. 47 and 11, biggest is the 47. Then it finds the biggest of these two numbers, 47 and 42. Again 47 is the biggest. Then again finds the biggest of these two numbers, 102 and 47. Here 102 is the biggest. Okay. And next again it finds a 13 and 102 biggest. Again 102 is the biggest. Okay. So every time it takes the numbers, two numbers from the list, and it finds the biggest of the numbers. And for the previous result is used for the next number, and based on that it finds the result. Okay. Output is 102. And calculating the sum of the numbers from 1 to 100. Okay. So here we are given the range function is used 1 to 101. It generates a list of elements from 1 to 100 and find the sum of the that values. Okay, 1 to 100 numbers sum. Okay, 1 plus 2. Again, the addition value 3 plus 3, then 6 plus 4, then 10 plus 5, and 15 plus 6. Like that, it finds the cumulative addition of the values, and finally, you'll get the result. Okay, this is pictorially like this 47 plus 11, 58, then 58 plus 42, 100, then 100 plus 13, 113. Okay, like this, it executes the reduce function. Okay. Next, function decorators. Okay, these function decorators are generally used to return a function as a parameter, return a function from a function, or passing a function to another function. That is, without revealing the actual function, you can use another function to execute the another execute the secret function. Okay, say for example, I want to make a one function as a secret, and I don't want to reveal that function name. Okay, then I can use that secret function as an inner function in the another function, and that outer function can be used by the uh, other functions can call the our inner functions. Okay, like that we can decorate the our function, and or we can hide the function from the outside of the our program. Okay, so for this we require the classes functions to be like this. Okay, this is the one function. Okay, decor is the function. Here it has a parameter is the one function is passed as a parameter. Another one is the inner function. Here we are assigning a value of a variable or is a value of function. Okay, this function is invoked and its return value is assigned to the value variable. Then return value plus 2. Okay, increment that value by the 2 and return it. and then return the inner. Okay, this is a return inner is for the decor function. Okay, for this decor function, we are returning this inner function as a return value. Okay, this inner function is returned as a value from the decor function. And next, this is another function num, return the 10. Okay, this function purpose is only to return the value 10. Okay, so now we are calling the functions like this. We are calling only decor function. Okay, we are calling this decor function, and as a parameter we are passing the num function. This num function is passed as a parameter. Okay, so now this fun is the num function, okay, which is passed as a parameter to the our decor function. Okay, so whenever it is so next it creates this inner function also. So whenever you execute the statement return inner, okay, this inner function is returned from this decor function. So this is returned to the result. Okay, the result is it stores the inner function. Okay, inner function. So whenever you execute the result, print result with the function, it executes the inner function. Inner function is executed. It executes this inner function. Okay, and then it value equals to function, that is it executes the function is a parameter for the decor function, that function is num, so it gets the value 10 from this function. So value equal to 10, value plus 2, that is 10 plus 2 12. Okay, this is returned back to here. So you'll get the value output of for this print is 12. So here actually we are calling a decor function, but internally it calls the three functions. Decor function is outer function, and within that it is calling a inner function, and also it calling a num function. Okay, num function is passed as a parameter, and from the decor function we are returning another function variable. Okay, so like this we can hide the our required functions from the outside of the programs. Okay, so next, function generators. Okay, these are the function generators is we can generate a list of values from the function, or we can generate a list of values with a specific gap, or we can call the number same function for more than once also. Okay, so generator function produces a sequence of results instead of a single value. Okay, for this we'll use a special statement is the yield statement to return the value. Okay, so this is a function. Okay, def my generator, n is the parameter for this, I equals to 0 while I less than n, yield I plus equals to 1. So this loop is repeated from I to n. Every time yield I is nothing but it just returns that value of I to the outside of the function. Okay, so whenever you use the statement yield, this is similar to the return statement, but generally the return statement is only once executed for the functions, but yield statement can be executed for more than once for the functions. Okay, so once if it is executed the yield function yield statement, it returns the value to the outside of the function, and again the function is again resumed to the previous statement and executes the remaining statements. Okay, it doesn't go out of a function, it doesn't completes the function, it doesn't breaks the function, it continues the function after returning the specified value to the outside. Okay, so that the first value of I is returned to out, and again function is executed back, and again it increments the I value, then again it checks the condition, again it yields the value, again increments the value, and again repeats the condition checking. So whenever you use like this my generator of 6, okay, say it is invoked with the value 6. So I value repeats from 1 to 6, and 6 values are returned from the function. Okay, those 6 values you can print as a output. Okay, yield statement is to repeat the number of times the same function and return the multiple